everyone, welcome back. I will always ask you the same question: how is everybody feeling? Hope most people who are following us has now come to certain point where they understand more who they are. Well, I'm sure not lots of people who are following will be here all the time. Most of them must have gone, new people must have been coming, and some old people who have started to feel that the process is on in a positive way, they will remain. But most people who doesn't feel this is not speaking, this video doesn't make any sense to them, they must have gone away. All this is very much acceptable because why? Most of the time in this field, out of 100 people, you will have only maybe 5%, if I'm over exaggerating, who will listen to this, because it's a very small amount of people who understand or who has come to that level of understanding or who are sitting on the same vibration will be here. The rest who's gone, there is no problem because they haven't come to that stage, or they are much more advanced maybe, or they are not on the same wavelength. That's all. Either too advanced or lower. I don't know, but it's nothing wrong. Everybody, this whole world is going like that at different slice of time. There are different type of people existing in every little bit of height, so each vibration is different. Now, lots of people understand, wants to become spiritual, but they don't know how. This is also another question. What is inside of me? What am I looking for? Sometimes people have dreams trying to guide them in certain ways, but they don't know how to express those dreams. Some people have sound. Something is speaking to them all the time. Other people have images. They can be sitting here and have images like people existing around them. This is also very much there. And these type of things happen only when the vibration is gone higher compared to the normal vibration of where the normal humans live. So when this happens, you know there are signs that is now attracting me to align to these vibrations. When this starts happening, most of the time people doesn't understand, because who will teach you? Who will guide you? What is going on? You feel like, am I going crazy? Or am I just hallucinating? Or am I creating things in my head? Or am I don't know. All these type of things happens in our head because we start questioning our own thoughts. Meanwhile, it is not thoughts. It could be happening very much in real around us. But you feel so uncomfortable to approach your friend, your family, anyone around you. So most of the time you will see, you will approach a stranger, someone who has no connection with you. And that stranger happens to understand and know the answer to this. Why? Because this is called alignment. You have been vibrating on, let's say, on a beta wave, for example, and that person is on the beta wave. So this is where it just matches. This is what it is also said. When most of people happen to these stages, it's not he who go and search. Then the master searches for him. Why? The master is already seated on certain level. So when the people starts coming up consciousness wise, grows, he come to that level of consciousness, then the master say, I was waiting for you. Because he is much lower and it keeps coming up until the master waits for him and say, now I was waiting for you. This is why lots of people don't understand why the master is waiting for the disciple. Because the master is already on this wavelength. So as soon as he sees him, he said, this is what I was waiting for. Now, people who wants to have this type of experience needs to understand or needs to put it in such a way that how to increase that. So lots of people start doing the breathing, lots of people meditate. Now, on the same chapter, I wanted to discuss this many times. Lots of people say, I am meditating. In France, I met a lot of people, they start meditating. So their meditation is in such a way. They put the music and they start meditating on the music. And this is totally wrong. Because what is meditation? Meditation has to come to a point where the mind is blank. And here you are hearing a sound. So when can you put the mind to a blank state? So this sound is already there, music is playing, and you tell, I'm meditating, I'm sitting. No, it will never work. And don't forget, out of, let's say, 1 million person who is meditating, see how much is the figure I put, 1 million? Only one person attain that bliss state. One. If this fraction, this ratio I'm telling is correct, I don't know, but I can tell it's only 1% that can reach to that state there. Because most of the time when we are meditating, lots of people meditate, but they meditate on something. In fact, it's not like that. The meditation itself should be the breathing until the consciousness opens until it comes to a state where, but this takes a lot of time. It doesn't happen overnight. Like some people say, I'm meditating, and then 6 months later you see this person has become a teacher, I don't know, he's got a meditation school. Same for the yoga. I have seen lots of people practicing yoga for 3 months and they turn into a teacher. Ayurveda was the same thing. When I was in France, I see people going to do a 3-month course on Ayurveda, and then they are a teacher of Ayurveda. I'm sorry, I don't accept these things, and it's not that at all. Anyway, so coming to the state of meditation, the more you do the breathing, the more you will become meditative, and things will change. But not at the stages of listening to a music or going through this type of process. It will not work. So those who want to do a proper meditation can write. This also we can teach how it can happen and how it will uplift the consciousness. This is also there. Now there's another way also how to uplift that consciousness is by listening to certain mantras, if I can say so. Mantras are just vibrations, sounds, and each one won't work for everyone. Don't forget that. I mentioned that many times. I keep on repeating that. So each vibration doesn't work for everybody. This vibration might work for you, it might not work for me. In the same way the breathing is working for me, it's not working for Mr. X. Same way the sound will work for me, it doesn't work for Mrs. Y, henceforth. Each individual is vibrating at a certain level of consciousness. We have to search for that consciousness, put him into that consciousness, only then he will grow. So each time he grows out of this, the more he grows out of this, the bigger he feels. As I mentioned in one, when you feel bigger, you start feeling around you yourself, your environment change, the people with whom you're communicating changes, the I don't know, so many things changes. The objects that you are used changes, your house changes, you might have your kitchen, for example, all the time the same, but you just feel strange. It's no more the place that you knew beforehand. It's changed because it's the consciousness that changed. Nothing changed more than that. It's pure consciousness that has changed, and you are living in a much higher consciousness. This is where the changes are. And to have this type of changes, we experience it every now and again. And you will feel sometimes you lose the balance when you walk, or while you're sleeping, you just like move a bit from, like you lose your equilibrium. These are the symptoms of growth out of this consciousness. This is where the growth is all about. And to get to this type of stages, the more you do the breathing, listen to the sound. I will give certain sounds, but this you have to write separately. I will choose the sound for each people, how it is. As I said, you can't go on a general mode and put certain sounds here. Some people might not like the sound at all. Some people might not like the breathing at all. Some people might not like the meditation at all. So each one we have to understand. Each one aligns on which type of um, vibration, because we are pure vibration ourselves. So this is what we are. Okay, for now, let's say thank you very much. Awaiting your questions again. We will answer, as I mentioned in this, and let's see. Hope everybody gets better, more consciousness growth, more understanding, more clarity in what is happening. And those who has come to certain stages where you feel that, let's say we started 2 months or 3 months back, now after 3 months, you really start feeling different. And when you make a comparison of who you were 3 months back and who you are now, you understood that this is the progress you are doing. But in this line, there is no progress. It is just a state of consciousness that's growing. But in our word, we call that progress. So let's use the word progress right now, to grow bigger out of normal consciousness into the macro consciousness. Okay, thank you very much. And until we do the next video, take care of yourself. Thanks a lot. Bye.